little different back in 1979, but at McKee Ford, our approach to customer service hasn't changed. We're a family-owned and operated dealership with a commitment to respect and integrity. See us on the Big Ford Corner or online at McKeeFord.com.
At McKee Ford, we've got it. F-Series, Super Duty, Rangers, and Mavericks. All with up to $12,393 off MSRP.
See us on the Big Ford Corner or online at McKeeFord.com.
One game in the books of our doubleheader tonight, getting ready for the second game between Brandon Valley and Rapid City Central. If you're just tuning in, the Cobbler girls played close against number 1 and undefeated Brandon Valley for the first quarter and a half, but it was Brandon Valley pulling away in the second period. They played pretty even in the second half, 22-20 advantage for Brandon Valley. They come away with the win, 62-39. The Cobblers drop under 500 to 6-7, while Brandon Valley moves to 12-0. Tomorrow at 12:30, the Cobbler girls back on the floor against Sioux Falls O'Gorman Lady Knights, the number 2 team. They had their 50-game win streak halted by Brandon Valley in the first game of the year. And Sioux Falls O'Gorman, nothing but wins since that point. O'Gorman tonight added to that win total as they defeated Rapid City Stevens 57-38. Elsewhere in girls AA, it was Mitchell over Sturgis 52-29. Harrisburg by 4 over number 5 Aberdeen Central 49-45. And Huron down Spearfish 45-34. In boys action finals, Sioux Falls Jefferson over T-Area by 3, 62-59. Sioux Falls Washington upends number 3 Watertown 77-68. Brookings falls to number 1 Sioux Falls Lincoln 68-32, and number 4 Harrisburg downs Aberdeen Central 65-48. St. Thomas More at the end of the first half leading Douglas 37-29. Just underway, Rapid City Stevens and Sioux Falls O'Gorman at the end of the first period. Sturgis leads Mitchell by 3, 14-11. Taking a look at the boys Class AA polls, at Sioux Falls Lincoln on top. They are undefeated at 12-0 coming into the weekend. Sioux Falls Roosevelt at number 2 is 11-1, followed by Watertown. That will change with their loss. Harrisburg and Huron, T-Area and Spearfish were receiving votes there. In Class A, West Central undefeated at 15-0 under first-year coach, the local legend Dave Hollenbeck. Sioux Falls Christian sits at number 2, followed by Clark, Willow Lake, Hamlin, and St. Thomas More. Number 6 is Lynx, then Vermilion, Mapialuta, Groton Area, and Cheyenne, Eagle Butte, Pine Ridge receiving votes. In Class B, DeSmet, Castlewood, Viborg, Hurley, Freeman, and Wall are the top 5. Aberdeen Christian, Parkston, Wessington Springs, Dubrook Area, and Sully Butte round out the bottom 5 of the Class B 1 through 10 media poll. Wall is number 7 in power points. I'll be out in Wall tomorrow after the doubleheader here, make the drive out there. I've been covering Wall during the month of January since Central was on the road the entire time, so you can tune in tomorrow night if you want to watch. A very fun team to watch. Both the boys and the girls out in Wall have been very entertaining, and Wall takes on Faith tomorrow. And that game starts, I think, around 5:30. On the girls' side of things, we didn't get a chance to look at the PowerPoints or the polls there. It's Brandon Valley, followed by O'Gorman, Sioux Falls, Washington, Rapid City Stevens, and Aberdeen Central. In Class A, Mapialuta undefeated at 14-0, followed by Hamlin, Lennox, Wagner, and Sioux Falls Christian. The next 5, Clark, Willow Lake, Sioux Valley, Aberdeen, Roncalli. Rapid City Christian moves into the top 10, as does St. Thomas More after receiving votes last week. And in Class B, it's Lyman, still undefeated at 13-0 coming into the week, followed by Parkston, Bennett County. A tie for 4th between Coleman, Egan, and Ethan. Number 6 is Centerville's, number 7 Sanborn Central, Woonsocket, then Chester, Harding County, and Corsica Stickney. The Wall girls, number 8 in power points. They play Faith in the first half of the doubleheader there tomorrow. Fortunately, that game overlaps with the Cobbler boys game, so I won't be able to cover that. But again, you can follow the Wall Eagles on Live Ticket TV as well. Our game here, upcoming, let's take a look at the starting lineups for Brandon Valley. Number 1 is Braden Knutson. Ayul Deng, their leading scorer, 6'5" senior. Number 12 is Briggs Knutson, 5'11" senior. He is the twin to Braden. So we'll go with Braden and Briggs on the call probably throughout most of the night. Austin Dowd, their big 6'5" junior center, and they will go with Lincoln McInerney, 6'2" sophomore. Expect to see Kalen Christian, Dylan Williams, Jackson Burns, Tristan Delaney coming off the bench. For Brandon Valley, they have won their last 3 in a row after sitting at a 3-5 record. They defeated Pier behind Things 25 points. They downed Aberdeen Central 76-53 and held on to edge Yankton 52-47. They are the defending champs. They defeated Mitchell last year 53-45 after they lost the previous year to Mitchell by 46-45. For Rapid City Central, they started the year with 2 wins here at home. They were 1-9 since then until their split on the road last weekend. They defeated Brookings 59-54. They're 1-9 since then. They defeated Brookings to stop their 8-game losing streak, and they lost to Watertown 74-48. Julius Duran with 18 in that game. Preston Yellow had 15 points in the loss to Watertown. So the Cobblers 3-9, trying to make some inroads. Looking at the power points, the Cobblers sit right now at the number 16 spot. So they are in contention for a Sodak 16, but they'd have to play on the road against Sioux Falls Lincoln. They would love to move up a little bit, maybe get a little bit easier matchup. They close out the season against Douglas, Sturgis, Sioux Falls, Jefferson, Sioux Falls, Washington, all at home. Douglas is 3-7 coming into the weekend. Sturgis 4-8, Jefferson 5-7, and Sioux Falls, Washington at 4-8. So tough weekend against Brandon Valley and Sioux Falls O'Gorman. Brandon Valley in the power points sitting at number 9, Sioux Falls O'Gorman at number 8. So if they can come up with maybe a split this weekend, if not a sweep, they have a chance to move up. As the teams ahead of them, 4-10, 4-8, 4-8, 2 of those teams they play could tag a loss on there. The Raiders from Rapid City Stevens sitting at number 12. So there's an opportunity to move up into a little bit better position for the Cobblers, but they need to put together 5 out of their next 6 to realistically have a chance to really make some headway here. We're going to take a break, turn it over to the PA announcer. We're back with the Cobbler tip-off on GoCobblersLive.com, part of the LiveTicket.tv network.
Ideas come to life.
Where can you get surprisingly great rates on auto and renter's insurance? At State Farm. I'm State Farm agent Matt McCormick, and I'm your one-stop shop in Rapid City for protecting your car and your stuff for surprisingly great rates. So stop looking around. Call me, State Farm agent Matt McCormick, for surprisingly great auto and renter's rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Welcome to Bowie Foods at Al's Oasis Plaza. My great-grandfather, Gus Bowie, opened the first store in 1905. I'm R.F. Bowie, the president of Bowie Foods. We aren't your typical store. You'll find everything you need for your family. You'll save money, and I promise you're going to enjoy your grocery shopping experience. We carry a lot of locally produced products and some things you just aren't going to find anywhere else. South Dakota owned, family owned, Bowie Foods.
Welcome back to the Denny Menholt Auto Group of Rapid City Press Box.
Cobblers starting lineup, Sean Smith, Preston Yellow, no changes there. Owen Bissonette, Waylon Benbow, and Julius Duran, no changes there. Cobblers in their white uniforms with red numbers, red trim. Cobblers across the chest. The black uniforms for Brandon Valley with the white numbers. It will be Deng and Bissonette to jump center. And Bissonette controlled the tip, but it went to Knutson. Braden Knutson. Deng gets the ball off to Briggs. Briggs over to Braden. Braden on the drive. Comes left side, McInerney on the drive. Cut off on the left baseline. Back up top to Braden. Back to McInerney. Left-hander pushes up the three. Front iron no good. Rebound. Here comes Duran for the Cobblers. Looks left side. Yellow. Cut off with the double team. Back up top. Duran fakes the three on the drive. Kick it back out. Offensive foul called against Duran. So turnover for the Cobblers to get things started. Rapid City Central, 3-9 on the year under 10th year coach TJ Haig. Craig Nelson in his 5th year at Brandon Valley, coming off a championship season, sitting at 6-5. Off to a slow start, but they won 3 in a row. Briggs Knutson left side, goes to Dowd, who steps out from the post. McInerney on the right wing. Cobblers man-to-man. Deng. A little push off and the bucket. They whistle the offensive foul. Yes, they do. Deng on the offensive foul. Put the forearm out. Official on the near side. Got the Cobbler bench up and cheering. So turnover apiece. Duran, right side, holds the ball high. Yellow comes back up top. Smith, left side. Bembo back to Yellow, right of the circle, right side. Duran looks for the pick from Bissonette. On the roll, Bissonette leans in, kisses the glass, knocks it through, and the Cobblers hit the scoreboard first. Cobblers need to be patient offensively. Sometimes Duran especially gets ahead of himself. McInerney underneath to Dowd. Double teamed out top, right side Deng. He'll swing the ball left side back to McInerney. On the right-handed dribble, goes right side. Briggs Knutson on the drive, cut off at the baseline, back out to Braden Knutson, top of the key. Deng, hop, skip, out of bounds off Deng. It'll be Cobbler basketball off the second turnover by Brandon Valley. Cobblers lead it, nearly 2 minutes gone, first quarter. Just one ball through the hole. That was Bissonette on the last possession. Here comes Yellow, handed off to Smith. They'll work the right side. Now go left of the circle. Duran on the left wing. He'll drive against Deng, cut off on the baseline, picks up the dribble, comes up top. Yellow, now Smith. Right of the circle, comes right wing. Benbow works off the screen from Bissonette. Little stop and go in the lane. Pump fake, gets caught up there. Going to get called for three. Finally jumps out, gets the ball to Bissonette. Back to Benbow. Stop, pop, drop it. No. Too hard off the board. 5.5 to go first quarter. They leave McInerney open. Sets for the three. Nestles in the bottom of the net. Get a little ring around the ring. And drop through. 3-2 lead, Brandon Valley. 5:20 remaining. Quarter number one. Yellow on the dribble out front. Goes to Duran. Deng backs off him. Benbow. Yellow. Back to Duran. Right wing. His shot. No. McInerney skies high for the board. He'll push it up on the near side. Now goes to the far side. Stop, pop. Right elbow. Leaves it short. Rebounded by Duran. He wants to run it out. Deng on his hip as he crosses midcourt. Along the baseline, kick it out left side. Smith leaves the shot short. Bissonette keeps it alive in the hands of Yellow out between the circles. Look for Smith on the back door. Not there. Goes to Benbow, to Duran. Splits the defense, lays it in with the right hand. Duran. Talked about the fact he gets a little ahead of himself. Sometimes he gets the head out over the toes, but that time kept under control, converts. Cobblers lead it by one, 4-3. Deng holds the ball high, works off the pick. Backs up, right elbow jumper, shot no good. Bissonette, a little forearm shiver. No call there. The rebound cleared by the Cobblers. Here's Yellow in the front court. Has Benbow on the right, gives it off to him. Benbow, couple of dribbles over to Duran. Left of the circle, back to Yellow, right of the circle. Bissonette coming up to set the screen. Instead got the unexpected pass, gets it back to Yellow. Duran, pump fake from the corner on the drive. Offensive foul against Duran. That's what we talked about, getting a little out of control, a little ahead of himself.
Offensive foul called on Julius Duran.
And that'll be his second. 2 offensive fouls against Duran, 2 turnovers. Duran will have to sit down, and Logan Soderlund will come in for the Cobblers. So they lose some height there. Soderlund, 6-foot senior, replaces Duran, a 6'4" senior. Up top to Braden Knutson, goes left side. Tristan Delaney has come in. Back up top to Braden. On the drive. Bounce pass underneath. Tried to get the ball to McInerney. Knocked away by Soderlund. Here comes Yellow. Left side to Smith. Drives the baseline. Cut off there by Braden Knutson. Back up top to Yellow. Spins, turns, shot. Bounces around and off. Rebound cleared by Dowd. And Dowd not expecting the pass from Delaney. Ball sails out of bounds. That's 4 turnovers for Brandon Valley with 3:19 to go first quarter.
Number 30, Kalen Christian.
Kalen Christian wears number 30. He is in the game for Brandon Valley. He'll work against Yellow out front. Ball goes to Smith, and Smith couldn't handle the pass. Looked like he looked away. Cobblers turn it over for the 3rd time. Delaney will sit down, and into the game will be Ryan Jaros. We did not see him play in any of the games we watched, so we'll add him into the book. He joins McInerney, Christian, Briggs Knutson, and Tristan Delaney is the 5 on the floor for Coach Craig Nelson. Christian, skip pass over to McInerney, left open. His 3 drops it through the net, his 2nd tray of the game. And it's a 6-4 lead for Brandon Valley with just under 3 minutes to go first quarter. Yellow working against Christian, hands the ball off to Smith. Smith on the yo-yo out front. Bissonette tried to set the screen, he goes away from it, throws it on the backside to Soderlund. Couldn't get anything to happen. Out to Yellow on the drive, lays it off to Bissonette, who knocks it through his 2nd bucket.
Assist Yellow.
Yellow drew the contact, no call either way. The defender hit the floor, trying to draw the foul. 2:25 to go first quarter. Tied up at 6 apiece. Ball knocked away by Soderlund, recovered by Christian. Cobblers have a couple of guys with very quick hands out front. Here comes Delaney on the attack, right side, puts up the 12-footer, rims out. Christian gets the offensive rebound, back out top to McInerney. Pump fake, drive, the ball ripped right out of his hands by Smith. Has Yellow left side, pass a little bit behind him. Yellow puts it up from 10, drops it through his first basket. It's an 8-6 lead for the Cobblers. Here comes Christian, left side, bounce pass underneath, ball knocked away by Smith. And it is a battle between Bissonette and Jaros. And the possession arrow favors the Cobblers on the held ball. So we have a couple of substitutions in. Braden Isler in the game. He has not played in any of the games we've seen so far this year. He suffered a leg injury in the football season. But he is on the floor along with Robert Steele, who had checked in, Smith, Yellow, and Soderlund. A very small lineup out there except for Isler. Here comes Yellow on the drive. Contact, no call, and then Christian steps out of bounds. It'll be Cobbler basketball, baseline left. Trying to get Isler to join in. No, now they're going to give it to Brandon Valley. So Brandon Valley basketball. Delaney gets the ball into Deng, who's come back out on the floor. Here comes Deng, right side, hands it off to Christian. Smith almost comes up with another steal, and it's going to be an offensive foul against Deng. That is his 2nd offensive foul. So Deng and Duran, the 2 leading scorers for these teams, with 2 offensive fouls apiece. 5th turnover for Brandon Valley, and Deng goes to the bench. The 2 leading scorers sitting on the, what we used to call the pine, but they're nice padded chairs now. Minute 25 to go first quarter. The Cobblers lead it by a deuce, 8-6. Yellow on the dribble, goes up top to Soderlund, fakes the 3, gets a high pick from Isler, being grabbed by Jaros from behind. Smith, top of the key, goes over to Soderlund on the left wing. Little shake and bake, couldn't shake the defense and got tied up between two black jerseys. He gets called for the travel. That's 4 turnovers now for the Cobblers. Dowd will come back in as both coaches trying to find the right combination out there to get their offenses untracked. 8-6 lead for the Cobblers, 1:07 to go, period number 1. It is Christian running the point now for Brandon Valley, hands it off. McInerney to Delaney. Braden Knutson back out there with the ball left side to Dowd. Christian right wing to McInerney up top. That is Braden Knutson. 3 skips off. Soderlund looked like he was going to grab it, almost like it went off his hand, but the ball goes out of bounds, and the officials say it belongs to Rapid City Central. Steele will get the ball into yellow. Will be picked up full court by Christian. Crosses the timeline on the crossover to Smith. Top of the key, still on the dribble. Power lead.
Sean Smith with the left hand.
Combine 2 words there. Powerful move quickly to the basket by Sean Smith. Inventing a new language as we go here sometimes. 20 seconds to go. Shot clock is off. Cobblers up by 4, 10-6. Christian up top. Goes to Braden Knutson. Bounce past the Dowd just outside the right elbow. Straddling the 3-point line. Delaney. 8 seconds, and they throw the ball away. Trying to get it to McInerney. 6 turnovers in the first quarter for Brandon Valley. Cobblers have the basketball and a 4-point lead. 7.7 to go here in period number 1. Here comes Yellow on the move. Left corner, shot is up, shot is off the mark. Isler can't get there in time, and that's the way the first quarter will end. Very low scoring first period. The Cobblers score 6 points to end the quarter. They trailed 6-4. They now lead at 10-6. We take a break. Get ready for period number 2 from Howard Nas Gymnasium on GoCobblersLive.com.
When you ask for Black Hills Surgical Hospital, you ask for someone who believes in hospitality. You ask for someone who treats everyone like a VIP and believes the absolute best shouldn't cost more and makes you feel comfortable, even when you are vulnerable. You ask for someone who cares about the little things as much as the big things. You ask for someone who treats you like you are loved, because you are. Black Hills Surgical Hospital. Ask for us by name.
Welcome back to the Denny Menholt Auto Group of Rapid City Press Box.
Back at Howard Nas Gymnasium. Brandon Valley girls stay undefeated with a big win over Rapid City Central in the first game, 62-39. But at the end of the first quarter here in game number 2, the Cobblers hold a 10-6 lead. All 6 points for Brandon Valley on a couple of threes by Lincoln McInerney. Cobblers have 4 players in the books. It'll be Brandon Valley to start the second period with the basketball. Jackson Burns into the lineup along with Briggs Knutson in the backcourt. Up front, they'll have Dowd. Braden Knutson down on the baseline along with McInerney. Briggs Knutson tied up out front by Yellow. The ball knocked away by Steele and out of bounds. Last touch by Steele for the Cobblers. They start the second quarter with Soderlund, Isler, Steele, Yellow, and Benbow. Duran and Deng start the second period on the bench. Each have 2 fouls. All of those fouls of the offensive variety. 2 leading scorers, not really much of a presence in that first period. Bounce ball underneath to Dowd, immediately double teamed. Kick it back out right side. Braden Knutson battling, and Benbow, the big fullback linebacker, hustling defensively. They force the turnover. 6 turnovers unofficially in the first quarter for Brandon Valley. They start the second period with the turnover. You would not expect Waylon Benbow, All-State linebacker, fullback, 6 foot and a load, to be able to stay with the guard out front, but he forces a turnover. Steele, left corner, up top to Isler, and then a pushing foul will be whistled against Brandon Valley, and it will be,
That was on number 4, Jackson.
that is Burns.
His first.
It'll be the first on Burns. Get the ball into Isler, over to Benbow, left elbow. Steele on the left wing, he'll take the 3, and that is just off the mark. Benbow with the hustle offensive board to Soderlund. Goes over to Yellow, left side, drives the baseline, gets hung up there, throws it right into the hands of Briggs Knutson. Now top to Briggs, left side, McInerney, pro three, back iron no good, rebounded by Steele, then he gets jacked up by the elbow, I think from Burns on the rebound.
Jackson Burns again.
So Burns picks up back-to-back fouls.
Checking in number.
Steele had a good game in the JV game. Led the way with 19 points. The Cobblers dropped that one, tough one, 61-56. They were down by 2, 58-56 after Steele got his 19th point. But it was Brandon Valley hitting free throws down the stretch. Soderlund on the drive, ball knocked out of bounds. No, Soderlund threw it away. I think he thought Steele was going to the corner, so the Cobblers with a couple of turnovers here to start the second period. 6:45 to go in the half. Cobblers still with the 10-6 lead. Nobody's put a bucket on the board here in the second period. Braden Knutson out front. Soderlund chases after him to McInerney. Soderlund on the switch, tried to get the ball underneath to the cutter. Ball thrown away. Soderlund tries to step through. McInerney got his hands on it, but I think he also got his hands on Soderlund. McInerney will pick up his first. That'll be the third team foul. With 6:28 to go, Cobblers could be shooting free throws, and Duran will come back in along with Sean Smith, replacing Steele and Soderlund. Steele took a blow to the chin. He still comes to the bench holding his chin. We're going to have a timeout on the floor. 6:28 to go in the first half. Cobblers up 10-6. We're back in 1 minute on GoCobblersLive.com.
Correction, that was on 20.
At Security First, we support all the essential banking stuff, like school sports. We also support mobile deposits. But have you ever heard a mobile deposit belt out your school fight song with a mouthful of popcorn? I don't think so. Any bank these days could snap a picture of your check. Only a community bank could snap a picture of you spilling your nachos as your team scores the game-winning point. Security First, the bank you cheer with. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to the Denny Menholt Auto Group of Rapid City Press Box.
.28 to go in the half. The Cobblers will have Bissonette back on the floor along with Benbow, Duran, Smith on the baseline left, and Yellow. Yellow coming off the pick. They'll throw the ball into Bissonette. Yellow now left wing. Looks for Smith on the back cut. Benbow, right side Duran. Picked up by Dang, who's come back out there. Long three. Yellow drops it through from distance. First points of the second period, nearly 2 minutes in. The Cobblers up by 7 now, 13-6. Dang with the basketball, has not scored, played limited time in that first quarter in a couple of minutes because of the two personals. He has the ball down on the block against Duran, leans in, puts a shot up and in. So Brandon Valley in the books now in the second period, 13-8 lead, Rapid City Central. Yellow with the basketball. Briggs Knutson in front of him. Comes near side to Smith. Picked up by Braden Knutson. To Duran. He's played by Deng. So they'll go at each other. Duran steps through. Shot is up and in. A lot of contact. No call. Either way, Duran has his second basket. Could have picked up his third foul as he forces the issue. Deng with the ball. He'll go right side. Still on the dribble. Goes in the corner. That is Braden Knutson to Briggs. Cross away to Dowd, who steps out from the post. Deng on the wing. Dowd with the pick. Deng look for him on the roll. Goes right corner. Pump fake by Braden Knutson. Steps away. Three is up. Rattles out. Duran and Bissonette banging bodies underneath. Here come the Cobblers the other way. Benbow. Duran calling for the ball. Left side. Yellow on the drive against Deng. Brandon Valley wanted to push off on Yellow. Yellow with the pump fake. Goes left side. Smith on the drive. Deng cuts him off there. The Cobblers, I'm attacking whoever Deng is guarding. Try and pick up his third. Here comes Smith on the drive. Deng plays good defense, but over to Bissonette. Bissonette on the feed from Smith. Has his third bucket. He's got 6. Cobblers up by 9, 17-8, approaching midway point of period number 2. 4:23. Go right corner. McInerney pushes up the 3, rims out. Dowd keeps the ball alive and then out of bounds. Last touch by Dowd. Dowd has yet to score in the game. Has not been a factor. The Cobblers, when he's had the ball on the post, have double-teamed him very quickly. And Yellow will bring up the basketball. Brandon Valley drops their defense back to half court. Briggs Knutson waits for Yellow between the circles. Now Deng comes with the double team. Get the ball to Smith. Benbow is calling for the ball. Duran's 3 is going to be short. It looked like Deng might have gotten a finger on it. And Brandon Valley will slow it down, just under 4 minutes to go in the half. 17-8 lead, Rapid City Central. Briggs Knutson on the dribble. Goes right side to McInerney. He'll bring it back out top. Picked up by Benbow. Comes up top to Braden. Yellow knocks the ball away from behind into the hands of Dowd. Steps through without taking a dribble. Rebound underneath, controlled by Braden Knutson. And the foul whistled against the Cobblers. That will go against Benbow, his first. First whistle against Cobblers in the second period. It will be baseline right. Briggs Knutson will check it in. Deng in the middle of the lane. They go to McInerney, right wing. Give it off there to Briggs Knutson. Goes right side to McInerney, looking for Dowd underneath. Bissonette wrapping him up. Deng left side on the skip pass. Leans in, shot is up, and shot falls through. Deng has both baskets in the quarter for Brandon Valley. The Cobbler lead at 7, 17-10. 3:15 to go. Soderlund sets his feet, couldn't get the shot to drop, and the rebound controlled by Briggs Knutson. He'll push it up on the far side, right to left across your screen. Gets the return pass in the corner. Up top, McInerney. One dribble goes to Deng, left side. Durant in front of him. They've cleared the side for him. Up top, Braden. Goes to McInerney, right wing. Rims out, right in the hands of Deng. Couldn't get the shot to go, and the Cobblers, Soderlund, will push it up the other way. Yellow, Soderlund sets the feet. That 3 looks good. It's short, though. Soderlund gets the offensive board. Out top, Yellow. Thought about the 3. He'll bring it back out between the circles. New shot clock. Right side, Soderlund. In the corner, Bissonette. Not really a three-point shooter. Up top, Benbow. Yellow. Left side, Soderlund. Looks underneath for Durant. Deng on his backside. Let's see if they clear and let him go to work against Deng. Puts up a little jump hook, and Durant wins the battle there. He's got 6. Cobbler lead back at 9, 19-10. Deng will bring the ball up. Durant sits in front of him. Give the ball to Dowd. Spin move. Travel. Yes. The officials are going to call that spin a travel most of the time. Seals going to come back in for the Cobblers. He replaces Benbow, who's been working hard out there. Delaney replaces Deng in the Brandon Valley lineup. And Coach Craig Nelson politicking with the official on the spin move. Yellow out front, bounces it to Duran. He'll be picked up by Delaney. Yellow, Soderlund will try the 3 again, this time left of the circle. Bounces high and falls through. Did it hit the standard? It hit the standard. Wave it off. Got a little assist from the bracket. Score stays at 19 for the Cobblers, 10 for Brandon Valley. 10 ticks under 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Brandon Valley has won 3 straight. They sit at 6-5. The Cobblers split on the road last week after losing 8 straight. Delaney comes up top. They'll swing the ball right side to McInerney. Briggs on the drive. The ball knocked away. Last touch, Rapid City Central. Minute 28 to go. Benbow will come back in. Soderlund will sit down. Duran, Benbow, Steele, Bissonette, and Yellow, the 5 on the floor for Coach T.J. Hay. Baseline left. Knutson fires it right corner. Delaney back to Knutson, who came across the baseline. Then he tries to get it back to Delaney. Turnover number 4 in the quarter, 10 unofficially in the game for Brandon Valley. A minute 23 to go, first half. Cobbler lead still at 9. They led by 4 at the end of the first quarter, 10-6. The second period, not an offensive juggernaut either. Deng with bold baskets for Brandon Valley, and he sits on the bench with a couple of fouls, and Benbow sees the ball go right through his hand on the pass from Yellow. That was just a concentration lapse by Benbow. Third turnover for the Cobblers unofficially here in the quarter. Dang was coming back to check him. With a minute 12 to go, best leave him on the bench with his 2 fouls. It will be Christian back in the game to run the point against Soderlund, who's come back in. The ball goes off the leg of Delaney, tracks it down, and there is Yellow with his first steal of the game, lays it up and in. Preston Yellow with the quick hands picks up his first steal of the game. Cobblers' lead is at double digits, 21-10. Christian, right side, works against Soderlund, comes up top to Dowd over the three-point line. He looks left, but finds Delaney on the wing, drives against Yellow. Yellow tried to swat the ball away from behind. Delaney with the easy layup. There was no backside help. Cobbler lead back to single digits at 9. Steele bring the ball up against Christian. Hands it off to Yellow between the circles. Christian switches over defensively to Yellow. Yellow still on the dribble, drives to the basket, has the ball stripped away. Quick hands by Briggs Knutson on the help. The ball bounces out of bounds. It will stay with the Cobblers with 19.3 to go. Shot clock is off. Delaney sits down as Braden Knutson back in. Bissonette, Steele, Soderlund, Benbow, and Yellow on the floor. Will be Steele triggered in baseline right. Waiting, gets the ball into Yellow. Picked up by Christian defensively. That'll be a good matchup when Christian's out on the floor. Between the circles, here comes Yellow, still on the dribble, tries to split the defense, gets cut off, ball turned over. Coming up with it is Briggs Knutson, throws it ahead. McInerney, long three, left side, drills it. At the buzzer, McInerney from way downtown drops in his third tray of the game, and that cuts the Cobbler lead from 9 to 6. They lead it 21-15 at the half. We're back with the halftime report in a few minutes here. This is Cobbler basketball tonight on GoCobblersLive.com, part of the LiveTicket.tv network.
Would you buy your insurance from a cartoon character?
What's up, Doc?
Cartoons are good for a laugh, but when you're in an accident or you need your home covered and need help, it's no laughing matter. That's why you need a real person, like Lance at Van Z Insurance Associates. It's not just simple insurance either. Lance has you covered with home, life, auto, and business. Van Z Insurance is your place to call. Stop by today or give Lance a call at 605-393-2399.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Diamond Roofing is your trusted roofing contractor in Rapid City and the surrounding Black Hills area. With over 40 years of experience, they specialize in residential and commercial roofing, as well as siding, windows, and gutter installation. They also collaborate with general contractors to install roofs on new home construction. Diamond Roofing offers customized solutions that fit both your needs and your budget. Call 605-720-7663 for a quote or visit diamondroofingcorp.com today.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
This is what matters.
Welcome back to the Denny Menholt Auto Group of Rapid City Press Box.
Second game of our doubleheader. It's halftime. 21-15 lead, Rapid City Central boys in the first game. Cobbler girls gave it an effort through the first quarter and a half, but it was a 16-0 run by Brandon Valley that sealed the deal. They outscored the Cobblers 19-4 in the second quarter, and they win the game 62-39 behind 29 points from Olivia Paget. Gracie Salter added 12, 10 of those in that important first half, 6 of them in that big second quarter. For the Cobblers, there's 3 players hit scoring tonight, 16 for Landry, 15 for Chloe Shreve, and 8 for Coley Cruz. In the first half of this game, Cobblers led 10-6 at the end of the first quarter. They outscore Brandon Valley in the second period, 11-9, their lead at 6. Turnovers in the first half, 11 for Brandon Valley, 8 for Rapid City Central. From the field, 6 of 16 for Brandon Valley, 3 of 9, all 3 of those hit by Lincoln McInerney from three-point land. No free throws attempted in the first half for either team. So a very quick-moving first half. Nobody really in foul trouble. Deng and Duran both picked up offensive fouls early in the first quarter. They each had 2 fouls. They both went to the bench. Deng ends the first quarter with 0 points, having only played a minute or so. He had just under 8 minutes played in that first half. All 4 of his points coming in the second quarter. Tristan Delaney off the bench added 2, and McInerney, the only other player in the scoring column for Brandon Valley, with his 3 threes, he's got 9 points. For the Cobblers, they logged 4 players in the scoring column. Sean Smith with a basket in the first quarter. Preston Yellow with the deuce in the first, a tray and a deuce in the second. He's got 6 points for Owen Bissonette and 6 points for Julius Duran. Again, no free throws shot. For the Cobblers, they go 10 of 20 from the field, but just 1 of 9 from beyond the arc. So if they can find a way to get those 3 balls to start to drop a little bit, then we'll start to see the Cobblers maybe pull away a little bit here in the second half. 12 rebounds for Rapid City Central, just 7 for Brandon Valley. Have a doubleheader here again tomorrow. Sioux Falls O'Gorman will come in, 12:30 for the girls game, followed by the boys. Right now across town, Sioux Falls O'Gorman playing Rapid City Stevens, and with 2 minutes to go in the third period, O'Gorman has opened up a 13-point lead against the Raiders, 41-28. Other games in Class AA, Sioux Falls Lincoln downs Brookings tonight, 68-32. Washington upends number 3 Watertown, 77-68. Number 4 Harrisburg by 17 over Aberdeen Central, 65-48. And Sioux Falls Jefferson upends T area, 62-39. A final from Box Elder. No, this is at St. Thomas More. St. Thomas More, 74-44 over Douglas. At the end of the first half, Spearfish up by 5 over number 5 Huron, 24-19. With a minute to go in the third quarter, Mitchell leads Sturgis by 6, 40-34. Class A scores of interest, if there are any here. Viborg Hurley, number 3, upends Tri-Valley 56-48. Lead Deadwood and Hill City 38-37. Lead Deadwood up by 1, 3 minutes to go in the third period. In girls AA action, Sioux Falls O'Gorman defeating Rapid City Stevens tonight 57-38. Mitchell over Sturgis 52-29. 49-45 win for Harrisburg over number 5 Aberdeen Central. And Huron defeats Spearfish in Spearfish 45-34. In Class A, Kadoka area downs Todd County 41-36. And Hill City with 4 minutes to go in the third period, handily over Lee Deadwood right now, 52-18. Those were girls' scores. On the B side of things in girls, Edgemont over Newell, 41-38. It was Bennett County over St. Francis Indian, big 75-39. And number 10, Corsica Stickney over Viborg Hurley, 61-25. Number 4, Ethan downs Kimball White Lake, 67-26. Number 2, Parkston defeats Gregory, 65-31. In boys Class B, as we bounce back and forth on the scoreboard here, Edgemont by 21 over Newell, 53-31. Number 4, Hamlin over number 9, Dubrook, easily 69-39. And number 3, Viborg Hurley defeats Tri-Valley. We talked about that one already. So that'll be it there. I'll be out in Wall tomorrow. There's a doubleheader between Faith and Wall. We won't be able to bring you the girls. Well, Live Ticket will have the girls game. I'll still be here announcing the second half of our doubleheader from Howard Nas tomorrow, but then I'm going out to Wall. I will cover the Wall Faith boys game on liveticket.tv. And we'll be here tomorrow. Harley at the controls as usual. We had a little bit of power outage. Somebody unplugged us apparently in the third quarter of the girls game. Hopefully we don't run into any more technical difficulties, but she hustled down, got us back on the air so we can bring you the rest of that game. And we're ready for the second half coming up here. Rapid City Central with a 21-15 lead over Brandon Valley. The Cobblers coming in with a 3-9 record and looking to make their way up from that number 16 spot in the power points where they sit right now at 3-9. The teams ahead of them include Sturgis, Sioux Falls, Washington, and Sioux Falls, Jefferson, all but below that number 8 line, and the Cobblers have all 3 of those teams on their upcoming schedule, plus Harrisburg sitting at number 7. So if they can somehow sweep through and win maybe 4 out of the 6, they end up at 7-11. They might move up a few spots. Right now, they would have to go on the road to play undefeated Sioux Falls Lincoln, the number 1 seed right now in the power points. They're followed by Roosevelt, Watertown, Spearfish, T area, Huron, Harrisburg, and Sioux Falls O'Gorman. Those would be the teams hosting first round SODAC 16 games. That SODAC 16 comes up for the boys on March 7th, state tournament here in Rapid City at the Monument, the 19th through the 21st. The girls, SODAC 16, by the way, March 6th, their state tournament here in Rapid City, the 12th through the 14th. And we are ready for period number 3. Cobblers will start with the basketball. It is Yellow, Duran, Bissonette, Smith, and Benbow. They're starting 5 out there. Ball knocked away by Braden Knutson, recovered by Smith. Smith, left side, handed off to Benbow. Goes over to Bissonette, just inside the 3 line. No, they'll call it a 3. It looked like his foot might have been on the line. Bissonette, not normally one to shoot from that distance, drops in the tray. He has 9 in the game now. Dowd, along with the 2 Knutsons out there, McInerney and Deng. They try to get the ball to Deng on the cut. The ball is kicked away. And it will be Cobbler basketball, leading by 9, 24-15. That has been their biggest lead of the game on a few occasions. Smith with the basketball on the yo-yo out front, left of the circle. Picked up by Braden Knutson. Smith on the drive. Pump fake, can't get Knutson off him. Out top to Duran. 18 on the shot clock, left elbow jumper. Duran no good. Benbow battles and wins the rebound battle against Deng, and Deng is going to get called, I believe. Yes, that'll be his 3rd. So again, if I'm Rapid City Central, whoever Deng is covering, that's where I'm attacking. The leading scorer for Brandon Valley could use some time on the bench for the Cobblers' success rate to go higher. Yellow to Benbow. With McInerney on him, Benbow will drive. Cut off, up top, Smith. Guarded there by Braden Knutson. Baseline left, Knutson doing a good job keeping Smith away. Smith very quick, Knutson matching that quickness. Right side, Duran, he'll drive between the legs, backs out. Wanted to spin, goes right side, Bissonette again. Right corner, or right wing. Smith tries to save it off the leg of Knutson. Duran dives, Knutson comes up with it. And they'll get the ball over left side to Briggs Knutson. A little shuffle step by McInerney, not called, followed by Dowd, his first basket in the first bucket of the 3rd quarter. Nearly 2 minutes in. Cobbler lead at 7 again, 24-17. Here's Duran against Deng to the basket, dumps it over to Bissonette. Ball is blocked by Dowd, who comes up with it. Outlet pass, Briggs Knutson, left side. He'll circle back out. Here's Deng in the lane, slides through, left hand, kiss the glass, it's in. He's got 3 buckets in the game. Cobbler lead at 5 now, 24-19. Out top to Yellow. Left side Duran, thought about the 3. Now he'll take the left elbow jumper. Back iron no good. Long rebound handled by Briggs Knutson. Get off to Deng. Trailing by 5 are the Brandon Valley Lynx. 24-19 Cobbler lead. Ball knocked out of bounds by Benbow. It'll stay with Brandon Valley with 28 on the shot clock. 5:24 remaining. Right side, Deng has the basketball. They'll swing it left side. McInerney hit the long three to end the quarter. Gets that one to drop as well. His fourth three of the game, and the Cobbler lead down to 2. Battling for the basketball was Briggs Knutson and Preston Yellow. Briggs Knutson basically just ran him right out of bounds. Ball last touched by Yellow. No call. Delaney will come in. Deng will sit down. Deng playing with 3 fouls. 5:07 to go third quarter. They'll give him a break. Way out on the baseline left. Ball knocked out of bounds by Benbow, trying to get over to McInerney. Baseline right now. Briggs goes left side to Braden. Braden back to Briggs, right wing 3. That's going to be in front of the iron. Long rebound, tracked down by McInerney. Bounce pass to Braden on the baseline. Bad spacing right now. Get the ball to McInerney. Smith tried to swat it away. McInerney, Braden, Briggs, right of the circle. 3 is going to be short. Right in the hands of Delaney, who puts it up and in. And we are tied at 24 apiece. The Cobblers had a 6-point lead coming into the half. But Brandon Valley putting it together. They've tied it up at 24 apiece, 4:36 to go third quarter. TJ Hay will take a timeout. We take one as well. We're back in 1 minute on GoCobblersLive.com.
This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the Denny Menholt Auto Group of Rapid City Press Box.
Tied at 24 apiece. McInerney ended the first half with a long 3, has added another long 3, and buckets by Dowd, Deng, and Delaney have knotted up 24 apiece. Bissonette, an unlikely source for the Cobbler offense, put up a 3 and dropped it, and that's the only Cobbler basket approaching the midway point of the third quarter. 4:30 to go. Yellow with the basketball out front. Goes right side to Bembo, return pass to Yellow. He'll dribble it left of the circle now to Smith on the wing. Looks and waits. He can't shake Braden Knutson tonight. Benbow thought about the 3. Back up top to Yellow. 7 on the shot clock. Yellow spins, puts up the fall away from 14. Shot won't go. We got a whistle underneath. And that's going to be the third, I believe, on Durand now, as he got tied up. Yep, so that'll be the third on Durand. So the 2 leading scorers on the season for both teams with 3 fouls apiece. They each had 2 offensive fouls. They both had 2 fouls on loose balls. First whistle against Cobblers in the quarter. 4:08 to go, third period. Cobblers show a little bit of token pressure, looking to possibly trap. Knutson's play catch on the left side. And they throw it away into the hands of Benbow. Unofficially 11 turnovers. Actually, that is the official number. I had him at 10. 11 turnovers in the first half for Brandon Valley. Here comes Smith. Drives against McInerney. Can't shake him. Swing the ball, Soderlund, who checked in for Durand. Now in the right corner to Smith. Looks for Yellow on the back cut. Good defense half court by Brandon Valley. Dowd almost ripped the arm off of Smith trying to reach in. Soderlund with the basketball. 8 on the shot clock. Right side, there's Bissonette again. That one skips off the iron. Rebound cleared out by Briggs Knutson. He's on the run. 4 on 3. Braden back to Briggs. Sets for the 3. Gets called for the travel. Very rarely do you see that little bunny hop called, but right in front of the official, a little bit too much of a hop trying to set his feet. And that is the third turnover for Brandon Valley. Get the ball into Preston Yellow. He'll walk it up. Briggs Knutson drops back. Bounce pass, Bissonette, left of the circle. Back up top, Yellow. Pump fake on the three. He'll take the free throw line jumper and drop it in. Preston Yellow with 9. The Cobblers back up 28-24. No, check that, 26-24. I thought my book was off again. Left side, Braden Knutson. Right side to McInerney. In the corner, Briggs drops in the three. His first basket of the game. And that puts Brandon Valley up for the first time since leading at 6-4. 27-26. Left side, Bissonette. Dowd in front of him. Give the ball off to Benbow. Left side, Yellow. Works against Briggs. Up top, Benbow. Back to Yellow. Soderlund right side with Delaney in front of him in the man-to-man. Yellow drives off the glass with the left hand, right side. He's got a couple of baskets in the quarter. He's at double digits. Cobblers up by 1, 28-27. Walking the ball over, Briggs Knutson. Drives right, kick it out right side. McInerney, right corner, rims out. Ball is loose. Cobblers, Smith and Yellow run into each other. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Rapid City Central. Braden Isler, saw him briefly in the first half, will come in. Robert Steele comes in. Bissonette sits down. Sean Smith will sit down as well. Baseline left, Christian has come in for Brandon Valley. Gets the ball to McInerney, picked up by Steele. Drives the left baseline, swings it over to Delaney. Tries to hop through, gets the pass off. The shot is short by Braden Knutson. Up top, Delaney's three is good. Delaney with 3 buckets off the bench has 7. It's a 2-point lead, 30-28. Steele with the basketball. Works hard against Braden Knutson. Can't shake him. Knutson's very good defensively. Up top, Soderlund, 3 short. Long rebound handled by Delaney. Throws it out ahead to Braden Knutson. Steps by Soderlund. Ball out of bounds. Last touch by Soderlund. The two aces going at each other. Soderlund strips the ball away. 1:08 to go, third quarter. 30-28. Brandon Valley with the 2-point lead. Baseline left. Christian will throw it out top. Braden Knutson with the basketball. There comes right side McInerney. They give him space. He's hit 4 threes out there. Drives. Kick it back out top. That is Braden Knutson. Goes left side. McInerney will drive the baseline left. Ball stripped away by Yellow. His second steal. Comes left side to Steele. Steps through. Puts it up with the left hand. Left it a little short. Ball knocked out of Dowd's hand. Covered by Steele. Out top. Benbow 3. Benbow too hard. Soderlund tracks it down. Far side to Isler. Isler, couple of dribbles, goes to Benbow, left corner. Steele looks underneath for Isler. Dowd leans on him. Steele drives, steps back in the lane, leaves it short. Delaney with a long rebound. Here comes Soderlund from behind. Delaney gets away, still on the dribble, gives it off to Dowd, steps up, shot too hard. Dowd battling for the rebound, goes over the top of Isler, and it will be Cobbler basketball. Dowd had a good look at it, and then he went over the top of Isler, basically riding on his back. And the officials letting him play a little bit here in the third quarter. 11.8 to go. Cobblers trail by a deuce, 30-28. They have the basketball. Christian is going to deny the ball into Yellow. They'll get it to Soderlund. Soderlund will move it up. 6 on the clock, give it to Yellow. Thought about the three. Steele will take the three. That's going to be off the front iron. Long rebound at the free throw line. Handled there by Jaros, who had come in. 30-28. Brandon Valley puts together a 15-point third quarter. The Cobblers managed just 7. They trail by a deuce going into the fourth quarter. We're back with that period on GoCobblersLive.com, part of the LiveTicket.tv network.
How do we solve our patients' hard-to-solve medical problems? Our doctors and specialists collaborate, sharing their vast knowledge and Mayo Clinic's unique expertise. It's this working together that helps solve our patients' hard-to-solve medical problems. Monument Health, proud member of the Mayo Clinic Care Network.
It's time for Happy Honda Days at Danny Menno Rushmore Honda. Shop the area's best selection of pre-owned Hondas and Honda certified pre-owned. Get financing as low as 1.99% APR on certified pre-owned CRVs, HRVs, and other select models. 1.99. Plus, shop a lot full of used cars, trucks, and SUVs, including 4x4s and all-wheel drives, imports, and domestics, all with Rushmore Honda discounts. See us at Danny Menno Rushmore Honda or RushmoreHonda.com.
Ready for period number 4, third quarter, 15-7 edge for Brandon Valley. I did not have the Cobblers for a single turnover, but they still scored just 7 points in the period. So they've gone 10, 11, and 7, while Brandon Valley's gone 6, 9, and 15. They're on the right trajectory right now. They lead it by a deuce. They have the ball to start the period in the hands of Briggs Knutson. And Yellow comes up with his third steal. Finally, he does come up with it, then the ball knocked out of bounds, last touched by Brandon Valley. If I'm the opposing guard, I see Preston Yellow in front of me, I'm a little worried. He is so quick with the hands. Ball out top to Durant, who's come back to start the period, along with Yellow, Isler, steal. And there's a steal from behind by Delaney, talking about quick hands, lays it up, lays it in. Isler got a little lackadaisical with it, and it's a 4-point lead now for Brandon Valley, their biggest lead of the night. Yellow with Briggs Knutson picks up the dribble, goes to Durant in the front court. Braden Knutson will pick him up. Yellow with the return pass between the circles, comes left side. Benbow, Delaney right on him to steal, top of the key. He almost dribbled right into the steal by Briggs Knutson. Isler, top of the key. Down in front of him, give the ball off to Yellow. He'll drive in the lane, kick it out. Left side, Benbow's three is good. Benbow, his first basket of the game, brings the Cobblers to within one. 32-31 lead, Brandon Valley. Just underway, just a little over a minute gone, fourth quarter. Brandon Valley girls stay undefeated with a win over Rapid City Central girls tonight, 62-39. Delaney on the drive, kisses it off the glass. Good move, left side, right hand. He's got 9 here in the second half, 11 on the game. And we've got an official's timeout.
A little bit of blood.
We got a little blood on, I believe that's Braden Knutson. Now they've got some on the floor, so Knutson going to go get bandaged up. They will bring McInerney back in.
She's pretty awesome.
McInerney with 12 points, all from beyond the arc. So he'll come back in the game. Cobblers had just 2 players score in that third quarter, a couple of deuces from Preston Yellow and the 3 by Owen Bissonette. And now we've got a little floor cleanup. We'll take a break here on GoCobblersLive.com.
Great news. I just got the State Farm personal price plan on our home and auto insurance.
You told our agent about my thing for romance novels?
No, you don't have to get that personal. Our agent just helped me choose affordable options to create a personalized price just for us.
Oh, sweet. Then you won't believe the love triangle Jen is in now.
Contact me, State Farm agent Scott Carlson, to create your personal price plan today.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Welcome back to the Denny Menholt Auto Group of Rapid City Press Box.
got the housework done out there? No, Jordan Bauer, the AD, is still out there. They keep finding little drops of blood. Let's take a look at the scoreboard while they are keeping house out there with a minute to go in the fourth quarter. Rapid City Stevens trailing by 10 against Sioux Falls O'Gorman, 62-52. The Knights and Lady Knights here tomorrow at 12:30. Girls game, boys to follow after that. It will be Benbow to bring the basketball in for Rapid City Central. Gets it to Duran. Deng back on the floor for Brandon Valley. Bissonette with Dowd on him, 20 against 20 up top. Yellow. Duran puts up the three, rims out, rebound, Briggs Knutson. 3-point lead for Brandon Valley, 34-31. They trailed by 6 at the half. Outscored the Cobblers in the third quarter by 8, 15-7. Deng with the ball, right elbow, holds it high. Faces up now on Duran. He'll drive baseline right. Lost control of the basketball. They'll swing the ball to the left side now. Here comes Delaney, who's had a big second half, and there's a push. That will go against Rapid City Central. I believe that's on Benbow. That'll be his second. Baseline left. Briggs Knutson to bring it in for the Lynx. Goes to Delaney. Thought about the three for a moment, and he'll bring the ball back out between the circles. Benbow shadows him, give it off to Deng. Duran playing with three personals. Deng tries to dump it off to Dowd. Here comes Yellow the other way. Has Steele on his right side. Back to Yellow. Yellow had to double clutch it because Deng came flying in. Steele with the offensive board. Kick it out right side. Pump fake by Yellow. Puts up the push shot. Couldn't get it to go. Rebound cleared out by McInerney. Brandon Valley the other way, leading it by 3, 34-31. 5:20 to go, fourth quarter. Delaney all day from the corner for the three. Left it short. Rebound by Duran. Steele gets the ball back to Yellow. He'll bring it over as we approach 5 minutes to go in the game. Right side, Steele. Had 19 in the JV game. Hasn't found the range yet here tonight. No scores in the book for Robert Steele. Bissonette. Duran almost fell down. Got the ball over to Steele. He'll put up the runner and won't go there. Deng clears the board. Briggs Knutson back to Deng. Under 5 minutes to go here in period number 4. Deng gets a high pick from Dowd, picked up by Bissonette. Throws the ball away. Yeah, tried to get it to McInerney, threw it behind him. First turnover in the fourth quarter unofficially for Brandon Valley. I had them for 3 in the third quarter. Both teams taking much better care of the basketball. And as I look at the book, something very unusual. We have not had a free throw attempted here tonight. Right side, Soderlund to Duran. Duran on the drive, kick it out left side, Benbow. Picked up by Delaney, high pick from Duran, Benbow. Up top, Soderlund. Little hesitation, goes to Duran. Left wing, up top to Yellow. 13 on the shot clock. Cobblers have time. They don't have to rush it. Bissonette now at 10. Now they get a little desperate. Yellow, Dowd on the jump. Left side, Soderlund. Three is going to be short, and the rebound cleared off by Briggs Knutson. Lead at 3 for Brandon Valley, 34-31. The Lynx have won their last 3 in a row after sitting at 3-5. Trying to go 2 games above 500 with a win here. They will play at Rapid City Stevens tomorrow. Left corner, McInerney drops in his 5th 3 of the game, and it's a big one. Puts Brandon Valley up by 6 now, 37-31. His first bucket of the fourth quarter, 3:47 to go. Full timeout. We take a full timeout as well on GoCobblersLive.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Welcome back to the Denny Menholt Auto Group of Rapid City Press Box.
offense has disappeared here in the second half. They scored just 7 points in the third quarter. They have just one bucket here in period number 4. And we're past the midway point. Backcourt pressure. McInerney knocks the ball away from Benbow. It'll stay with Rapid City Central. 3:45 on the clock. Cobblers now trail by 6, their biggest deficit of the night, 37-31. Full court pressure from the Lynx. Get the ball into Yellow. Now they'll drop back. Briggs Knutson will pick him up, and a double dribble by Yellow. Costly turnover, just their second of the period. It came at a very inopportune time, trailing by 6. Baseline left. Briggs Knutson to bring it in. Gets the ball into McInerney. His 3, back iron, no good. Durant skies over Delaney, comes away with the rebound off to Yellow. Yellow looking ahead, nobody there. He'll settle in, goes right side. Durant works against Deng underneath. Isler, his first shot, left-handed hook shot, no good. Rebound cleared by Dowd. They need an offensive spark here from somebody. Just 4 field goals in the second half, a couple of 3s, a couple of 2s. McInerney to Deng on the left elbow. Deng will drive, step through, lay it up and in. Deng has 8. And that's 7 straight points now for Brandon Valley as they open up an 8-point lead, 39-31. 3 minutes to go in the game. Durant hands the ball off to Benbow. He'll work the right side. Left-handed dribble. Now he's on the left block to Bissonette. Hand it off to Durant. Durant not able to penetrate, takes the 3. This is going to be short. Bissonette knocked it up in the air, right into the hands, though, of Briggs Knutson. 2.5 to go. Here's McInerney on the drive baseline right. Benbow with the block. Benbow looks at the official, but it was right in front of him, and McInerney went flying out of bounds. Easy call. 3rd on Benbow. 2nd team foul. Cobblers actually need to play very aggressive here because if they have to play the foul game, you just don't want to give them away. They've got 3 to give. 30-second timeout. We're back in 30 as well on GoCobblersLive.com.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your home team or reach the region and state. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Dylan Kessler today and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Welcome back to the Denny Menholt Auto Group of Rapid City Press Box.
Cobblers will bring Devin Soderlund into the game. Again, trying to find some type of offensive spark. We've not seen much of Sean Smith in the second half. He kind of hobbled off after the collision. The third quarter, toss the ball out top to McInerney. 5 threes on the game. 15 big points. Briggs Knutson. He'll swing the ball over left side. Delaney, who's been good off the bench. Dowd, been quiet. Deng, right side. Up top, they'll swing it now left side to Dowd on the wing. Looks, goes back up between the circles to Delaney. They'll pull the ball back out as they're going to run some clock. 10 on the shot clock. Right side, McInerney open. McInerney shot no good. Rebounded by Delaney. On the left baseline, double team. Dowd out top to Briggs Knutson with a new shot clock. They can run some more clock, leading it by 8, 39-31. Cobblers can afford to play very aggressively right now, going for steals. They have only 2 team fouls, and it wouldn't be a bad thing to pick up a couple of them here because if they're going to play the foul game, they've got 3 to give before they're in the free throw situation. Now at the end, you just give them away. Instead of playing like right now very aggressively, trying to force some type of a turnover. Here's McInerney on the drive, lays it up and in. His first deuce of the night. And that is 9 straight points. A 1-point lead is expanded to 10 now. Here's Yellow, cut off on his drive. The interior defense of Brandon Valley has just been outstanding, particularly in the second half. Here's Benbow. 1 dribble, picks it back up. Cobblers not playing like they're down by 10 with a minute to go. Soderlund to Duran. Powers his way up with the left hand, lays it in. Durant, his first points in the second half, cuts the lead to 8, 41-33. Here's where you can be very aggressive on the inbounds play, try and trap and come up with a steal. but they back off defensively. Here comes Delaney over the timeline. No double team. Now they get the ball to Deng. And there is the intentional foul basically by Soderlund. For the last couple of minutes, they really could have been playing much more aggressively, going for the steals, going for the double teams, going for the traps. They have 3 team fouls now. It'll be baseline right with 48.5 to go with 8-point lead for Brandon Valley. Get the ball into Dowd, hand it right back, and now we're going to have a foul number 4 on the team. And that will go Bissonette. And it's his first. Now the next foul will put the Lynx at the line. Dowd's going to sit down. They're going to bring Braden Knutson back, and they don't need the height. They need the free throw shooting. Baseline right. Briggs Knutson will bring the basketball in. Bounces it into Delaney, or check that as Braden Knutson. He's fouled right away by Devin Soderlund, picks up his second. And Braden Knutson, who has not scored in the game, looking for his first points. And this, unbelievably, with 46 seconds to go in the game, is the first free throw to be attempted in this ball game. And that is short and rattles out. I don't know that I've ever done a game where it took this long to get the first free throw. Second free throw is good. So 1 out of 2, there's going to be a free throw in the book. Thought we were going to be shut out in the free throw column completely. 9-point lead, 42-33. Here comes Yellow, throws ahead. Benbow, Bissonette, Yellow. Benbow takes the 3, left side, no. Long rebound, Delaney controls, and that should be the game. 32 seconds to go. Bissonette will commit the foul. And now we'll have a parade to the free throw line for the last 32.8. So Brandon Valley will come into Howard Nas tonight and sweep. Sioux Falls O'Gorman went into Rapid City Stevens home, Carroll Higher Gymnasium. And I believe they are sweeping there. We're going to try and get a final score there. The first free throw by Delaney. You can tell they haven't shot free throws all night. That didn't even draw iron. And it was Sioux Falls O'Gorman by 11 over Rapid City Stevens, 66-55. So the Knights and Lady Knights sweep Rapid City Stevens. They'll be here tomorrow. Lady Knights at 12:30, followed by the boys. Second free throw off the mark. Cobblers, here comes Yellow. Right side, Duran puts it up. No good. The Cobblers just cannot connect from beyond the arc. Talked about that in the first half. I believe they were 1 for 9, and they had that 6-point halftime lead. They have hit just 2 threes in the second half. So just 3 threes on the night for Rapid City Central. Bissonette will pick up his 3rd foul now with 21.2 to go, and it'll be Delaney, who just went 0 for 2 from the line. So after shooting no free throws until 46 seconds to go in the game, we are now on our 3rd trip to the line for Brandon Valley. Delaney has had a big second half, gets that free throw off the front iron. He had 2 points at the half. He's added 2, 4, 6, 9 points here in the second half to hit double digits. Trying to put a made free throw into the column. He's 0 for 3. Takes his time, bends the knees, puts it up, and turns the net one time. 10-point lead for Brandon Valley. Under 20 seconds to go. Here comes Yellow. He's grabbed from behind by Christian. They have no team fouls in the game. So that is just their first, Christian's first. Really unnecessary, leading by 10 with 17 seconds to go. It'd be baseline right for the Cobblers, but not necessarily a bad play. Like Yellow is going to get a layup, and Benbow's 3, no good. Duran keeps it alive. Yellow, Bissonette, left side 3. That one off the mark. Long rebound. Yellow will put it up from 3 and hit it. Preston Yellow makes it a 7-point game, and that's how it'll end up. 43-36. Rapid City Central has just 15 second half points after leading at the end of the first quarter 10-6. They outscored Brandon Valley by a deuce in the second period, 11-9. They led by 6 at the half, 21-15. but 28 second half points for Brandon Valley, 15 second half points for the Cobblers, results in a 7-point win for Brandon Valley, 43-36. We'll run through the scoring very quickly. Braden Knutson with a single point from the free throw line in the fourth quarter. Delaney ends the night with 10 points. Deng, who did not get a lot of playing time because of foul trouble in the first half, ends the game with 8 points. Briggs Knutson had a tray in the third quarter for his 3. Austin Dowd added a deuce in the third quarter, his only basket. McInerney had 5 3-pointers, added a 2-pointer in the closing minutes of the fourth quarter. He ends the night with 17 points to lead the way for Brandon Valley as they go 2 of 6 from the free throw line on the game. The Cobblers did not shoot a free throw tonight. And I don't know that I've ever done a game where a team did not shoot a single free throw. I've done a game where they've only had a couple free throws, but tonight the Cobblers shut out from the charity stripe. 2 points for Sean Smith, who did not play much at all in the second half. I don't know if he got banged up a little bit on that collision with Preston Yellow on the loose ball. Preston Yellow ends the night with 14 points. He had a couple of threes. 9 points for Owen Bissonette, 3 for Benbow, and Julius Duran ends the night with 8 points. So the Cobblers fall to 3-10 while Brandon Valley advances to 7-5. The Cobblers will be at home tomorrow starting at 12:30, doubleheader against Sioux Falls O'Gorman. Then they are on the road next weekend against Harrisburg and Yankton. Then they finish the season at home against Douglas on the 17th, Sturgis on the 19th. I believe these are all doubleheaders as well with the girls, Sioux Falls Jefferson and Sioux Falls Washington the following week, and that's how they end up the season. So they had an opportunity to get a big win tonight against a team ahead of them in the power points. Brandon Valley sitting at number 9, but instead they dropped to 3-10. They're sitting right now at the number 16 spot with Douglas, Yankton, and I believe it must be Aberdeen Central below them. So they'll have a chance at redemption tomorrow, but Sioux Falls O'Gorman with the win at Rapid City Stevens tonight, 66-55, and the O'Gorman Lady Knights with the win over Rapid City Stevens. So they sweep the Raiders. They'll look to make it a clean sweep here tomorrow against the Cobblers. Cobblers will have to come with a little bit more offense on the boys' side, a little bit more composure on the girls' side. I want to thank all of our sponsors for their assistance, and, of course, always the staff at Rapid City Central. Thanks to Harley for running everything and taking care of our little power outage. This is Tom Anderson thanking you for watching and listening to Cobbler basketball tonight on GoCobblersLive.com, part of the LiveTicket.tv network.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.